My name is Mike Sadler, and I've spent my life with cars. Whether it's sand dunes and drag strips, museums, car shows, even the backyard garage, I'm always on the lookout for speed and shine. Hey, welcome to Speed and Shine. As you know, the Michigan weather can be unpredictable, but that's not going to stop us. We're going to take a trip out to the Grass Lake Traffic Jam and Car Show. But first, just a moderate drive from Jackson, Michigan is Auburn, Indiana, and they have the Auburn Cord-Duesenberg Museum. They have some real classy rides. Let's check it out. Welcome to Speed and Shine. I am with Sam Great, curator of the Auburn Cord-Duesenberg Museum. And what a great facility this is.
Yeah, so we are standing in our grand showroom. This building was built in 1929, finished in 1930. It was built as the international headquarters for the Auburn Cord and Duesenberg franchises, mainly for the Auburn Automobile Company itself. And it served as the showroom, it served as the president's office, engineering studios, design studios, advertising, anything that the company could have used to help build and sell their cars.
This area here, I guess it's the showroom, was
Yes.
the original showroom. It is very glamorous.
Yep, we still have the original Italian terrazzo floor, the chandeliers, all the plaster work, the grand staircase where the executives and workers went upstairs and downstairs every day to get to their jobs. You could still walk those same steps today. Same with the offices upstairs.
Amazing, amazing. And not only that, you have a beautiful car behind us. What is this?
Yeah, so this is a 1927 Duesenberg Speedster.
Okay.
Its designation is the Model X. It was the transition series between the Model A and the Model J. So the Model X isn't an official name, it's just a name to give the transition series of cars. They built 13 chassis, they bodied 5 of them, just for testing new motors, new setups, anything that they could to build upon the Model A to transition into what ended up becoming the Model J. And they built one Speedster, and this is that Speedster.
Just one.
Just the one.
With the boat tail Speedster rear end?
With the Speedster rear end, yes.
Wow, that's got to be a very valuable car. You're lucky to have that.
Yeah, it was donated to us in 2014, I believe, and we've had it at shows and concours since then, and it's a valued addition to our collection.
So it's taken out and driven from time to time?
Yes, yes.
All right, Sam, this is a beautiful car too.
Yeah, so this is an example of a Duesenberg Model A. This was the very first passenger car that Duesenberg built. It's literally serial number 1001, engine
Really?
number 601. So
Wow.
it's the first passenger car that they built and sold to the public. It went to a gentleman named Samuel Northrop Castle out of Hawaii. He ordered it in 1919, it was delivered in 1921, and he used it all around Hawaii and Honolulu around his sugar plantations and his estate there. And it was donated to us by the Castle family in 2019, so it had 99 years of consecutive family ownership before they donated it to the museum.
That's amazing. And he must have been a well-to-do person in
Yes.
that time period to buy this car and have it shipped all the way to Hawaii.
Yes.
Wow. And does this car get out and get driven from time to time?
It does.
Really?
It's very popular for shows and events, concours especially. It also made the Hagerty's National Historic Register landmark car. It's number 27 on the list.
Wow.
So it's listed as in the Library of Congress as a historically significant car.
That's fantastic. And
Yes.
it went to Hawaii. That's
It went to
crazy.
Hawaii, of all places, for the
Yeah.
first shipment, about the furthest you could go, Hawaii.
Crazy.
Yes.
All right, what should we look at next?
Next, we will look at our Auburn Speedster.
All right. Sam, I think this is your typical, what people, when they say Auburn boat tail speedster, this is what they see.
Yep, so this is the most well-known and common Auburn Speedster. It's 1935 Auburn Speedster, designed by Gordon Bierig, and it's probably the most iconic and well-known Auburn automobile out there.
It's stunning, the black and the red and the chrome pipes and the supercharged engine. I mean, it has everything going for it for that year.
Yes, yes.
What would that cost somebody in that year?
Brand new, it was $2,245, or right about the cost of a new house back then.
Wow.
So you could have a house, or you could have a fancy supercharged Auburn Speedster. Your choice.
Well, I know what my choice would be.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here.
All right, what else can we see?
We'll head over to the north side of our showroom, and we'll look at a very long but very extravagant Cord L29.
Sam, this is a little bit different car. It's
It
bigger.
is. Yeah, it's a 1932 Cord. It was one of the 3 experimental Cords that they built after the L29 to try and come up with the next generation of Cord automobile. So we refer to it as the Cord Experimental. It was one of, we have record of 3 of them being built. They called it a Cord Experimental Sedan.
So this is one of 3.
One of 3 that was built, but the only one remaining.
Really?
Yes.
So how much went into restoring this?
So this was taken apart, all the parts were just really, literally scattered everywhere across the United States. The body was found in Chicago. The radiator shell itself was found elsewhere. There were parts in California that they were found. So this is a restoration of probably what became of all 3 experimental Cords, parts from all 3 of them put together to create and restore this same car you see here.
Well, that's kind of cool. So they kind of all 3 still exist a little, right?
In their own way, yes.
Yeah. Now, it looks more like a limo in the back. Could it have been used for that?
It might have been in that way. They end up not building the car because of the time frame with the Great Depression, the cost it would have had, the cost that they would have had to sell it for. They scrapped the project in 1932.
Now, are these fairly heavy vehicles?
Yeah, this one is kind of stuck in our showroom because it's too heavy for our freight elevator and it's too long for our freight elevator. This is a solid 3 tons.
Oh, so this is its home.
This is its home in our grand showroom.
Well, it's a fitting place for it.
It is.
And what should we look at next?
Next, we will look at a Duesenberg Model J.
All right. Sam, this car makes me want to load up a bunch of people and go on a picnic.
Yeah, so this is a 1934 Duesenberg Model J. It was the top of the top car back in the classic era of the 20s and 30s. It cost you $14,500 when new. So you could buy 6, 7 houses, or you could buy a Duesenberg Model J.
Wow.
It was also the most powerful with its 265 horsepower engine. No other car came close to that, and had a top speed of right around 120 miles per hour.
Interesting. And this one has a unique feature. It's got a second windshield?
Yes, so this is what we refer to as a dual cowl Phaeton. So
Okay.
being a Phaeton, it's an open car. Having the second cowl, that's this section right here with the windshield. So you could have the top down, but have a second windshield for your passengers to not have all the air in their face. So in order to even get into the back seat, you have to open up the back door, lift up the cowl with the windshield, get in, lower it back down, and then shut the door.
Wow.
So it was a process just to get in the back.
Yeah, but what a ride. What
it
a
was
ride.
quite the ride, and you were very well-to-do, well-off, and you looked good riding in the back of it too.
Now, did most of them come this ornate with the chrome and the two color scheme?
Yeah, so when you bought a Duesenberg, you bought the chassis. So you bought the frame, the wheels, the engine, the front fenders, and like the hood.
Okay.
The body itself from the firewall back, that was all custom. So you had a body style that you chose, and any accessories that you chose with it would be added on, and you had a number of coach builders that would build that body for you. So the chassis would be shipped to the coach builder. They would build the coach, lower onto the frame, and then ship it to the buyer.
And did most of those people who build the cars, were they here in Auburn?
No, there were some coach builders that were in Indianapolis where Duesenberg was built, but Murphy was a popular coach builder. They were in California, so worldwide. There were a lot of European coach builders too.
So you purchase your car, and then you have to pay to send it somewhere and have all this work
Yes.
done? Wow, these cars were really for the rich.
And because of that, they were all unique. They all had their own set of accessories. They were all made for the customer, specific to order.
Wow, that really makes them special.
Yes.
The museum itself, Sam, is its own exhibit.
Yeah, the building itself, we consider it to be our most historic and treasured artifact, being from 1930, with its original interior parts and the showroom and the offices that we have upstairs and all the other displays. It's really the centerpiece for the entire building is the building itself.
Yeah, it's worth coming and see just for the building, let alone the beautiful cars. If someone were to come to visit, what else can they see here?
Yeah, so we're not only just a car museum, we also talk some about Auburn history. We talk about the workers, not just the main people like E.O. Cord and Gordon Bierig. We also display a lot of the original offices. So upstairs you would see the president's office, you would see the advertising office, you would see places where any of the workers that were here, they would have gone upstairs and done their daily jobs. The design studios, the clay modeling studios where they modeled the Cord 810s with. And then also you would see cars that were built in Indiana in the 10s, 20s, and 30s that you might not know of. Cars like the Cole, the Premier, the Westcott. Other cars that were built in Auburn, Indiana. There were 13 different manufacturers at one point.
Okay.
So makes like Zimmerman, McIntyre, Imp, Kiblinger, that's also on display upstairs on the third floor. And other cars that were built by Auburn before E.O. Cord, so before 1924. So while Auburn was building in their early days, before Cord automobiles were around and before Duesenbergs were built.
Wow, rich history.
Very rich history, very wide, but all within the scope of the 1920s and 30s and represented here in this museum.
Great. And if viewers want to come and visit, are you open every day?
Yeah, we're open 9 to 5, 7 days a week. All galleries open. Just come, bring your family, and give yourself a good maybe 2 or 3 hours to look at everything.
And you're under some capital improvements.
Yes, so for right now we are working on our roof. A big project that was $2.1 million just to do the roof itself. Then we're going to move on to the windows, the brick, and the surround, and then finally we're looking to restore the showroom back to its original grandeur.
Now, if anybody wants to check out your website or perhaps donate to your capital improvement plan program, where would they do
Yeah,
that?
they would go to our museum website, automobilemuseum.org, and all the links are right there.
All right. And Sam, we thank you for the time you took with us today to show us this beautiful building and these awesome historic vehicles.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming.
You have one of the best jobs in the world.
I like to think so too.
With America's preferred home warranty gives you the flexibility and control you deserve.
The rain subsided, the skies are clearing. We're at the Grass Lake Traffic Jam and Car Show. We got some monster trucks, rat trucks, some cool Fords. Let's go look at them. Well, the skies have cleared, Matt, and you wiped the car down. What a beautiful car. What is it?
It's a 1966 Morris Minor.
And did you restore this yourself?
I was part of it, but I had a lot of help.
And why did you choose this car?
This was my first car that I had when I first started driving.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And so that's been a car that was imported here.
Right, yeah. They, I don't know the exact number that they imported to the States because they put the steering wheel on the left side. Mm-hmm. You'll see a lot of them in the States that still have the wheel on the steering wheel on the right side though. Yeah.
And the engine is just a 4-cylinder?
4-cylinder, it's about 35 horsepower out of the box, and I think my lawnmower probably has a little more. But
yeah, I think mine's about 42 or something. Yeah, that's funny, isn't it?
Right,
but it gets the car, do you drive it on the highway?
Yeah, it'll get up to about 65, 70. So it's not great to be, push it at that speed. It likes to run about 55, 60 is comfortable for it.
Beautiful interior. Is that you had it restored to the stock level, or is it better than stock?
The interior is the original design with the white in the middle and the blue on the outside. So
I think it's awesome that that the speedometer's in the center, although it's bad because your passenger's constantly telling you about slowing down. Right?
Yeah, well, maybe more like go a little faster.
Go a little faster in this way, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful color that you chose for this, or was it the stock color?
That was the original stock color.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember the original stock color name, but it's we just went with the same color. Yeah.
And the wheels you chose, I know they're later model wheels, but they really fit the personality of the car well.
We took a lot of time looking at different wheels and debating, and finally we found this wheel and we thought, yeah, we really like that one, so we went with it. Yeah.
And the fit and finish on the restoration is just fantastic.
Yeah. MPB Restorations out of Willis did most all the body work and the paint. Mm-hmm. And they're really great guys over there. Yeah, good team. You have other cars? Are you a car person? I mean, is that your thing? I'm not really a big collector, but I do have cars. I have a 71 El Camino and a 65 Barracuda, and I have another one of these. It's hasn't been restored, but yeah. So yeah, but that's it. My wife says no more. I can't buy no more. Yeah, they always ask how many cars you need, and it's always one more than I got. Right. That's a good answer. Mark, this is a beautiful Ford. What is it?
It's a 1950 Ford Custom Deluxe convertible.
It is a beautiful color. It's what hits you at first, the chrome and the color. What do you know the name of the color?
I'm not sure on the color. It was already painted 15 years ago and restored 15 years ago. So it's kind of a hunter green, I guess, a forest green.
And it's called the Green-Eyed Lady.
Green-Eyed Lady,
It's
yes,
painted
it is.
on the back.
Yeah.
And I think that the Ford Flathead is one of the most beautiful engines ever produced. And this one, with all the chrome and everything, is just crazy
Right.
beautiful.
The Flathead's one of the strongest and durable engine that's been on the market, lasting longer than almost any other block, I think. And then with the upgrades that this has had, has helped kick it up another 100 horse. So.
Yeah, that special tag on there is pretty cool. The metal tag talking about the cam and stuff.
Correct, correct.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, this used to be your father's car?
Yeah. It was Papa's car.
It's okay.
He passed about 3 years ago.
Now you're the caretaker of it?
I get to show it now.
Yeah,
It's a good show car.
it is. He's here with you in this
Oh,
car
yeah.
every time you show
Yeah.
it and drive it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend passed away too.
I'm sorry to hear
So
that.
both of them are with me, taking the ride with me.
Yeah, well, you got enough seats. They're all in there with you when the top's down.
Yeah, I love the top down. The airflow, the everything, the summer feeling, the feel like you're one of the Beach Boys going to the beach.
Yeah, when I saw this the other day at the Parlor Ice Cream cruising and the top was down, it's just a stunning car. It really is.
Plus you can see better out of it without the top down, or
Yeah,
with
well,
the top down.
we had the rain today, but it's clearing, so you'll be
Yeah,
putting the top
hopefully
down.
we'll get some blue skies here in Grass Lake. That'll be nice.
Well, thanks for talking to us about the car, and just remember those people are always with you.
Yes.
Yeah. James, the show's called Speed and Shine. I think you got both handled here.
A little bit.
Yeah, and this is what year Herstol's?
It's 1983.
And this is not what it came with.
No, it come with the 307. It's a 406 dart block, 871 blower, twin 750 Hollies.
And I've seen you burn the tire, so do you know your horsepower?
It's turned down, but it's set at 700 at the rear wheels.
Amazing. It's amazing. How long have you owned this car?
Almost 2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, did it come with the engine? You bought it all this way, or?
I bought this from my ex-brother-in-law. He was wanting to move. He was diagnosed with some cancer. I kind of helped him out a little bit by buying it. We kept it in the family. I appreciate his name was Bob Hickey. I appreciate him selling it to me. It was just like it when I got it from him.
Wow, what an amazing car. And you know, I graduated in '85, and there was a few cars you wanted in high school. You know, this car, Herstol's, right? You wanted an IROC Z or Buick Grand National, right? These are the those cars. I've just never seen one with this much horsepower in it like this before.
You've seen it. It is a fun car.
And you drive it everywhere. It's not a trailer queen.
I've had it on the freeway and going down the freeway. It's a fun car. I've had it 3 times the speed limit.
3 times?
I've had it over 150 miles an hour.
The good news is you didn't have your cell phone in your hand, though, when you did that, right?
No.
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 And of course, this has the unique shifters in there.
Yes, it has the lightning rod shifters in it. It is hooked up to a 4L 80E trans. You know, it's full Moser 9-inch rear end. Real fun car.
Boy, those sure were some classy cars. And to actually be that close to Frank Lloyd Wright's personal car was incredible. and the story on the green-eyed lady, that beautiful green convertible Ford. That's why we do this show. Till next time. So the court order's been lifted and we were able to travel outside the state, and we are in Auburn, Indiana, checking out the Auburn Cord Museum. Are you sure?
That's good. You're not gonna get any smoother.
So this oil, should I just dump it in my neighbor Ryan's yard? Yeah.